them up right now. We'll do my best to answer them, and then we'll jump into this little presentation that I got. I'll show you. I'll walk through kind of picking a niche, talk about really what to look for there, and then we'll go through the kind of heavy lifting of setting up and customizing Shopify and then automating it. And again, this is updated for 2017 in terms of some of the new tools, the new Shopify dashboard that came out a couple of weeks ago, and you'll see everything live right in front of you today. I'll just be building a store, and we'll pick a niche in a little bit in terms of what store that we're going to build over here. But we'll build a brand new Shopify store. It's going to be pretty cool. You'll see every step of the process, and you'll be well prepared to really go out there and build your own store. So before we get started, like I said, go ahead and post some questions if you want. But I'm interested to kind of hear where you guys are at. So give me a 1 in the chat box if you already have a Shopify store up and running. And give me a 2 if you don't have your store up yet, but you're planning on running a store, you want to learn how to run a store, it's something that you're planning to do or something that you want to do. So 1 if you already have it up, or 2 if you are looking to get.
In Hull and Grimsby, there are 2-bed terraces which can be bought for as little as £30,000, 6 times cheaper than the national average. For private landlords, these low-cost houses seem like a good investment. But when things go wrong, eviction is likely and empty properties are always at risk.
That potentially could have been lethal because they snapped off the gas pipe, live electric to live gas, potentially.
Welcome to the webinar. You have entered as an attendee in listen-only mode.
That you had earlier. Mazin says, do you agree with people saying always try to add to cart for your first ad set? No, I don't always agree with that. I think that there are some times where, when you have a brand new pixel, you could want to, like a strategy would be to start with add to cart, to start basically seasoning that pixel. But there's a lot of different strategies in terms of how to get started. Right? It doesn't have to be just website conversion add to cart. There's other website conversion events. There's other ad objectives. There's other different strategies in terms of traffic driving, in terms of quality that you want. Like, for example, free plus shipping versus something like full retail. Right? You're going to get use totally different strategies there. So it's definitely a valid strategy for sure, but it's not the only way to get started. Let's see. I'll take a couple more questions, and then we'll get started. What happens if the seller from AliExpress stops selling an item you are promoting? Daryl asks. This is a good kind of good question, especially for today's webinar. So let's say you have a product, you're an AliExpress seller, and they go out of stock. Well, if they go out of stock, then here's what is almost always going to be able to happen. You're going to be able to find another supplier with that same item on AliExpress. Right? You may have to do a little bit of digging in terms of researching and maybe finding suppliers of similar items, seeing if they carry that other item. But most likely, it's not a specific or like an exclusive item to that supplier. So you shouldn't have much trouble finding another one. Now, let's say you find another supplier, they're at a different price. Definitely try to negotiate that price down. But at least to get started, you don't want to really delay. Once you just find another supplier, get started, send them a few orders, make sure that they can fulfill everything as normal, and then you can, like I said, do a little bit of negotiating after that. Guys, let me ask you another thing before we start. Give me a 3 in the chat box if you could hear me all right. I got a new mic over here, and I want to make sure that it's all clear. All right, great. Joel says perfect. Great, thank you. Maybe I'll do something like radio announcing as well. I actually did a radio ad. This is a funny story. When I was doing my startup, before I started doing any of the Shopify stuff, I did a startup where I basically phoned Groupon and did it just for sports tickets. I went on the radio, went on sports, talk radio out here in LA to do a paid advertisement. And I was expecting them to have like a whole production team and like some great voice or whatever. And they just said, okay, come into the studio at this time, bring what you want to say, and we're going to record the commercial. So the ad that wound up playing on ESPN Los Angeles radio was just me. This is like 6 years ago. Just me talking to a mic in like a closed room with copy that I made myself. It was, you can imagine it didn't really perform that well, but it was interesting to be driving down and just hear my own voice on the radio. So that was kind of cool. So thank you, Joel. Maybe I'll get back into that. Anyway, let me take one more question, and then we're going to get started. Let's see. Let me get a good one. What's your experience between Oberlo and some of the other automation apps? The reason why I'm going to show you Oberlo today, and the reason that I recommend Oberlo is that it's super easy to get started. So this is really all about getting your store set up and automating it, right? And Oberlo is going to let you do that literally without even taking your credit card out of your pocket. So, even if you have an existing store, Oberlo is a great option, but you really need to be flexible in this business. You want to be able to get in and out of stores quickly. You want to test a lot of niches because when you learn the business, it's totally scalable across other stores. So, you're going to be able to start multiple stores, and literally when you get started, there's absolutely no cost at all because Oberlo, as I'm going to show you today, we're going to add it to this brand new store that we haven't even created yet, and we won't even take out our credit card one time today with having our whole store set up. So that's pretty cool. All right, guys. So I see some more questions. Definitely save those for the end. I'll do some more question and answer at the end. But I want to jump over into this presentation. And Roger asked a good question about. Yeah, Roger. I remember our conversation about that. Roger's talking about running live events, and I still haven't convinced myself to do a live event yet. But maybe this year, and that'll be something that I'd love to hear you guys' feedback on later on. But we're gonna keep going. Okay, Dustin, hopefully you can hear me now. It seems like the audio is working for everyone here. So what we're going to do is talk about niche selection first. And we'll kind of just get that out of the way because it's very easy to understand. And you guys have definitely heard me say this. If you haven't heard me say it, I'm sure you've heard other people talk about the idea of niche versus general when you're picking an e-commerce store. Right? General would be like a Walmart or a Target where you have everything under the sun. You could have T-shirts for people who like sharks, and then you could have jewelry for people that like cats, and then you could have designer soaps for hipsters and all that great stuff all under one roof. That's a general store. What you really want to focus on is a niche store. You want to pick a store where you have one specific focus, and this is what it comes down to. If I have a niche store and you have a general store, and we both spend $1 on advertising, right? We're going to use Facebook advertising to drive the bulk of our traffic to our store. Let's say we both spend $1. If I spend $1 on a niche to a niche store, I'm simply going to make more money back. I'm going to get a bigger return for that dollar spent. Okay, my advertising dollar is going to go further. And why is that? Well, let's say they click to our website, right? Well, they're going to see a fully branded environment, right? Let's say we build a store about tennis. And we'll be able to build a store with look and feel, colors, logo, banners, backgrounds, everything about tennis. And of course, most importantly, every single product on the store would be about tennis. So you get the product that obviously they click through in terms of the app, but then you also get the related upsells, cross sells. You have a higher average order value if you have a niche store as opposed to a general store where let's say you spend $1 on advertising, you have someone come over and they see your site full of 10, 20, 30 different niches, right? It's a totally different feeling that they have in terms of actually being kind of excited or feeling connected with your store. And when people feel connected with your store, that's when they take their credit card out. So that's why we need to focus on niche stores. And I always have this little list that I share. It's actually at 40.justincena.com. The number is 40.justincena.com. It's just a little list of 40 hot niches. Right? And these are, you could definitely do tons more niches than these. It doesn't have to be only these whatsoever. But what you can really do is kind of get an idea of the different sections of niches that work. And the main thing to pay attention to here is that everything is based around passion here. There's not one thing where you would question, people actually like that. Right?
I used to.
Let's say nursing.
I'm just watching a webinar.
These are people, these are job titles that people actually are proud to represent those specific industries. And you look at interests, you see some pets on there, you see hobbies, right? You see activities, right? These are things that people are proud to really not only proud to like, but proud to talk about. And that's very important, of course, because we're talking about Facebook as our traffic source. We want to have products where people are totally passionate about it, right? Not only are they going to talk about it, they're going to share it, Another dog breed, definitely. Probably better than pit bulls, actually, because it's way less competitive. Dan says, what about a state? I think that's a good one. Actually on Shark Tank a couple of years ago, they had a big company, a big T-shirt company that did, basically state pride shirts, right? So it's called Home, and people are definitely very proud of where they come from most of the time. So again, that goes with passion, right? Passion, pride, interchangeable words, in my opinion. Either of those type of feelings surrounding a niche is something that you'd want to focus on because people will take their credit card out for them. Okay? So we're going to get started in here. And Alvin says another one, truck drivers, definitely people that are passionate about their job. I like that one for sure. Okay. So we're going to go back to the agenda over here, and we're going to look, and we are basically going to cross niche selection off the list, right? Cross niche selection off the list, and very easy. Again, only 2 requirements, right? Number 1, passionate niche. Number 2, at least 500,000 people in the niche. Okay. And next up on the list is setting up and customizing Shopify. But before we do that, I'm just going to mention real quickly, I'm opening up 10 spots to my dropship bootcamp. This is my premier coaching program. It's drop.justincedar.com. I'll tell you more about it at the end of this webinar, but again, I only open up 10 spots during my webinars. If you've been waiting to get in, it is open right now, drop.justincedar.com. Again, I'll tell you the whole deal about it at the end of this, but that link is open right now if you have bookmarked that and you've been waiting to get in. So back over here onto the agenda, setting up and customizing Shopify. This is going to be the step-by-step right here, so pay attention. And I'm going to give you a little link right here. This is my little free gift to you for kind of just logging on and joining me on this webinar. Shopify.justincedar.com. Okay, bookmark this link. It's going to give you 10% off of your Shopify store for life. It's going to give you an extended 21-day free trial, which is 50% longer than the normal free trial, just for using that link. Okay, so Shopify.justincedar.com. You're going to be able to take advantage of that again. 10% off of your store for the life of your store. So I'm actually going to copy this myself because we're going to go ahead and build a new store. So I'll put Shopify.justincedar.com in here. And when you use this link, you're not going to see anything specific to my name or anything like that. You're not going to see anything about the 10% off. I promise you it works. It's been working for thousands of stores right now. It just takes a little bit to load over into Shopify, so I'll pull it off until it loads. But we're going to go and set up Shopify. Now, a couple things that I want you to pay attention to. Okay, number 1, you're not going to need any single set of technological skills. You're not going to have any prior experience. You don't need to be a coder or programmer. You don't need to know HTML, CSS. You don't need to know any of that. Okay. With Shopify, it's going to be incredibly easy for you to get set up without having any sort of technological challenges. Okay, that's number 1. Okay, number 2, with this combination of links that I'm going to give you, the first one I gave you was Shopify.justincedar.com for the extended free trial. And I'll give you an extended Oberlo free trial as well and show you how you can get started with that for free. I'm literally going to show you how to get into this business without even putting your credit card down. You won't even need to take your credit card out. You'll pay $0 and 0 cents, and you'll be able to not only, it won't even be a test run. Like, you'll actually have a fully live store. You'll have a fully automated store with Oberlo just by using some smart free trial links that are going to give you some extended time to really test out the platform. But again, they don't hold back any functionality. So this is pretty much an unheard of opportunity in terms of creating a new business. You're going to be able to really pretty much run it at full speed and, without even paying a dime. And that's going to be 21 days on Shopify and at least 30 days on Oberlo without paying anything. So the platform and the automation, you're going to have almost a month to basically figure everything out. And if you combine the kind of testing strategies that I go through in the dropship bootcamp, again, that's that yellow link on the screen, the drop.justincedar.com, you're going to be able to test your niche within 10 days, right? So you'll be well in and out before your free trials even expire. So that's just a crazy opportunity. And those are just 2 of the many benefits of why this business is so great. Number 3, it's worth stating right now, we will never have to touch a single product, right? We'll be able to sell a huge amount of products, right? We'll be able to have access to tens of millions of dropship products, but we'll never touch a single product. We'll never buy the inventory. We'll never house it in a warehouse. We'll never have to order it up front and have money come out of our pocket for anything like that, right? This is going to be a fully cash flow positive business because this is all about dropshipping, right? And moreover, this is about automated dropshipping where we're going to have our suppliers hooked into our store, and as soon as an order comes in, we're going to be able to have one-click automation to have that that order then be processed and fulfilled, right? All automated, all without us ever touching the product. And drop shipping is the idea of us selling a product on our store, but having someone else do all the work. And all the work, I mean, they supply the product, they ship the product, they provide the tracking information, etc. They do all that until your customer gets the product, right? All you have to do is focus on making the sale. Okay, so that's the huge thing. And Alvin says, I'm in as soon as I can to both boot camps and really digging print on demand. I've been brainstorming like crazy. 200 plus ideas. So think about it. And Alvin, that sounds awesome. Definitely love to have you in the program. Can't wait to see you in there. And Alvin says he has 200 ideas. Think about that. If you have 200 products into his store, he'll never have to touch any of those products. He'll never have to spend a penny on sourcing those products. Drop shipping means you're selling someone else's product on your own store, right? So you don't have to create the product. You don't have to buy any minimum quantity, right? That already exists. And with the automation, you just simply route the order automatically to the supplier. And I'm going to show you how to do all that today. Okay, so we're going to come back over here. And got to go to Shopify here and load this up. So as of right now, I don't think I even did this yet, so I need to generate an email. But I'm going to generate a throwaway email right now, and I'm going to build a Shopify store right in front of your eyes. And literally nothing exists right now. I'm just generating this email address over here at throwawaymail.com. So we're just going to come over here. We're going to click Get Started. And we're going to put in our address. Again, we're going to get a 21-day free trial. It's not going to say anything about it, but I promise you it's going to be there. And I'm going to call this Animal Webinar Store because I want to build an animal store. And I'm going to click Create Store. Okay, so it's 2:52 Pacific time right now where I'm at in Los Angeles. And the store is now being created. Okay, and what's really worth noting, and Shopify's going to ask us for some information here. It's just, our basic contact information. This doesn't even matter. Okay. Now, what's happening in the background is something that might seem just like basic and kind of not so cool, but I'll tell you why it's amazing. What's happening in the background is we're having a fully functional e-commerce site built right in front of our eyes. Really, I guess not in front of our eyes, behind the scenes, but right now what's happening is it's being built and it's actually being done. This would have taken months and months of a developer's time and tens of thousands of your dollars to get a custom e-commerce platform built. And it's been 30 seconds since we created the site, and we already have a fully functional e-commerce store. Yes, it's very ugly, and we're going to customize it today, but we have a whole website, right? A whole layout, search and footer and imagery and featured products and headers, and most importantly, a shopping cart, right? A shopping cart with the ability to add multiple products and with the ability to accept Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, and PayPal right out of the box. Right out of the box. That's powerful. And again, this would not have been possible a couple of years ago, right? It would have been extremely expensive for you to get this started. You would have been waiting months and months for a developer or programmer to go ahead and build this for you. This site's now 1 minute old. This site is 1 minute old. It has all the functionality that we need. And Alvin says it's beautiful, and it is. It's a beautiful thing. And he also said LOL just to make sure that you guys know that he's not being overly emotional. I know what he means. I mean, it is beautiful, right? It's a great thing to be able to jump into a new store in 30 seconds, right? It's so easy, he says, and I was going to say the exact same thing. I mean, it is so easy. And you're going to notice throughout this whole process, you're not going to need to have any sort of prior experience or technological skill. And I think that's a huge thing for a lot of people, right? You're not going to have to go and learn how to become a programmer or a coder or some, computer savant to be able to master this business. So I think that should be exciting for a lot of people. And I see a question for Jevgenij. Sorry if I mispronounced your name. Does this work for people in Russia, Kazakhstan, Ukraine, Eastern European places? Definitely. This is a worldwide business. Again, you never touch the product. You're drop shipping. So the only requirements are that you can open a Shopify store and that you have some ability to open up a payment processor. For example, PayPal or Shopify Payments or Stripe or Authorize.net. There's hundreds of them. So you obviously just need to be able to accept payment, and that integrates with Shopify. And again, if you're in the U.S. or Canada, right out of the box, you're going to be able to accept Visa, MasterCard, American Express, Discover, Apple Pay, and PayPal automatically. So that's pretty cool. But we're over here, right? This is our store right now, right? And what we want to do is come over here and actually come down here where it says Customize Your Online Store and click Customize Theme. Okay, and this is where we're actually going to go and visit the theme store up here to go get a theme for our store. Okay, and I'm going to push you to some free themes right now. Okay, and the reason why I want you to pick the free themes is not because I want to save you money. There's actually a better reason. Okay, sure, it's great So now, but really the best part is you're going to be able to get free live chat support through the Shopify Help Center right over here. Okay, so free 24/7 live chat support. It's actually very good support. And all the Shopify gurus have to know everything there is to know about all of the free themes. So not only are you going to get a free theme, and I'm going to definitely recommend the minimal theme down over here, you're going to get the minimal theme for free, and you're going to get free 24/7 support for this theme. Okay, that's pretty awesome. Okay, free theme and free support. Okay, and there's a couple different styles included. I like going with the fashion theme, but really you can go with any of them. We're going to click install theme, and it says you're about to install minimal, and we're going to publish as my store's theme. And you see it's literally downloading and installing your theme right now. You don't have to ever deal with hosting or servers or files or uploading stuff. Everything is done automatically through your little web interface over here. It says your theme has been installed. There we go. Go to your theme manager. Now we're going to come back over to Shopify. It says minimal is published. So now I'm going to come over and I'm going to reload this store over here. And now we have our minimal theme installed. Right? This is our minimal theme. Okay, and again, this site is only 3 minutes old, by the way. 3 minutes ago, the site didn't even exist. Now we have our minimal theme installed, which we're going to customize here. And again, we also have our shopping cart. Right? So we're going to come over here. Now we're on our online store section. It brought us to this step automatically. Online store, and we're under the theme section. You see minimal is installed. And now this is where we're going to do all of our customizations right here. Customize theme. So we're going to press this blue button. And the real cool part about this is we're going to be able to customize so many different things about this site. And we're not going to have to do anything technologically challenging. We're not going to need to look at code. We're not going to need to look at HTML. We're not going to need to hire a developer. We're not going to need to go to community college and figure out how to do programming or anything like that. Right? Super, super easy. And I see a comment about Shopify support, and they know their stuff on point every time I've needed something. Definitely, they're great. They're actually typically live chat support sucks, right? Like if you ever tried it somewhere else, but Shopify live chat support is actually very helpful. And George Gillam with the crazy eights, appreciate that. I like those on cue. So you got a couple different sections here. One is called sections, another one's called general settings. We're going to start here, and I'm literally going to start customizing the site. You're going to see how easy it is. Okay. So layout we could skip. We're going to keep that here. Colors. Okay. Colors. Very easy to customize the colors of our site. Okay. For example, top bar. Right. You see top bar background is black. Here's black over here. All you need to do is click into it, and we're literally just going to move our mouse around. Okay. We move our mouse around, and we can go ahead and pick a color. Okay. And what I'd want you to do is don't just pick a color at random. Do a little bit of niche research, right? I'm building an animal store here. I'm going to do a set of colors that will make sense with that niche. And all you need to do is go to Google and take a look around. Go to Google Images even until you find some colors that are going to make sense, right? I've already done this. I found that some dark greens are going to look good on this store. So what I'm also going to do is double click this selection of numbers and letters. This is called a hex code. This is otherwise known as an HTML code for this specific shade of green. And, we don't need to get too technical about this, but the bottom line is when you use one shade of green, you want to use the same shade across the entire site. That's just design best practice. So, for example, we have the footer background down here. It's currently set to black or gray. We're going to now change it to the same green. Okay, so we have matching green on top and bottom, and you see there's a lot of lines in this theme, this gray line. We'll change these gray lines over here. I'm going to paste in that same green, and now you see this updates over here to a green line, also matching the same green that we have on the top and bottom. Okay. So we can scroll through here. We're looking at some other things. For example, this primary button and link color. I'm going to change this maybe to something a little bit easier to see. And typically like using a nice blue or a nice green for my buttons here because that's like a positive kind of color. And of course, on buttons, these are where we're specifically the add to cart button. We want them to really, really, really see that, have it really stick out, and have it be that kind of mentally appealing color for wanting people to convert, right? Greens, blues, those are the main colors that you want to test out. So over here, you actually notice that some of the text over here got a little bit hard to read because we changed the color. No worries, super easy to get this done. You see top bar text currently set to gray. Let's go ahead and set it to white. Okay, and let's do the same thing down here in the footer. Set it to white, right? We can set it for any color. I'm going to do white over here for the icons as well. But look, we could change these icons to red if we wanted, right? We could change them to any color that we want. Right? Go down here, change it to a weird green or a blue or whatever. But I think just going to look nice and clean. Keep it white. That's why I really like the minimal theme. It's a very clean layout. Okay. So just like that, we've started to customize our store, started to build a little bit of a color scheme, and I'm going to reload this store over here. And you're going to see that we have a little bit of our color scheme here, and it's now live on our store. This store is now 8 minutes old. Okay, 8 minutes old, we have a little bit of a color scheme going. Okay, so let's keep going. Let's continue to customize. We'll go back here. Next, we'll go to typography. This is going to control the fonts on the site. And if you thought that you'd need a programmer to change all the fonts on your Shopify store, well, get that out of your head right now. That's not the case. Right, here's how easy it's going to be to change fonts, right? I'm a big fan of this avant-garde font. So I'm going to change all my fonts to avant-garde. You're going to see literally all the fonts on the screen update in real time to avant-garde font. In fact, you see the heading fonts change, right? This is the navigation fonts over here. They've all updated to avant-garde. And for example, let's say you don't like avant-garde. You want to change to something like cabin. You're going to see the headings over here just changed to a different font. Now, typically best practice is you're going to want to go with one font across the entire store. So, don't get too crazy here. You'd want to typically go with that with a safe font. Going across the store, the only difference being the body text, right? The body text you could have different if you want it to be something more basic. And you actually see you have a lot more font choices than you do for body text, and that's basically the reason is those body texts can load a little bit slower. So headings are typically shorter. You're going to be able to have some nice cool fonts there. Go ahead and save that out, and feel free to pick any font that you think is going to look good on your store. So again, continuing on here, we'll go to skip this fave icon thing. We'll go to the social media section here, and you're just going to basically copy and paste in your social media links. Okay? If you have Instagram, if you have Facebook, if you have Twitter, go ahead and add them all. And you're going to see in the footer of your store, those social media icons are automatically going to be added, and they're going to be linked to the pages that you linked with. And I promise you that people, they may not want to follow you or like you or whatever, but they definitely want to know that you exist. Okay? They absolutely need to know that you exist on social media because in 2017, there's no trustworthy business that isn't on social media. Okay, so make sure that you fill this in. Okay, this is really a big thing in terms of a trust factor. Continuing on, checkout, we'll actually come back to that at the end. Coming next over here is the sections for header. Okay, so we'll look at the header over here, and this is going to be mostly where we're going to replace this text with a logo. Okay, so actually in the other screen here, I'm going to build a little bit of a logo, and I want to ask you guys for like some funny names for a store. I actually really do like trying to have remarkable or funny names for a store. This could be an animal store, so something like a joke or a pun or an inside joke or something that would resonate with animal lovers. I think that would be something that would be a store title that I'd like to actually build, right? Because that's something where you could be remembered, right? And that's really the whole currency of the internet, right? People's attention. Can you be remembered? Can people actually recognize your name, right? So we'd want to go ahead and build a logo where we would have something that's remarkable. Now, you don't have to have a funny name. You don't have to do it this way. But again, I just think any reason to get people's attention is worthwhile. So, what would happen is you would be able to get a logo designed by someone like a logo designer or somewhere like Upwork.com or 99 Designs or like a graphic designer that you find on Craigslist. You don't have to spend hundreds of dollars here. We're talking about $40, $50. And what you'd be able to do is actually go over here in this header section and you upload that logo designer with a file. You probably build it in Photoshop or something like that. Right now, a big thing here, if you're not a designer, I'm not going to be building my own logo. Right? I'm not going to go live with a logo that I build because I'm not a graphic designer. I don't pretend to be one. I give you the same advice. Right? Don't pretend to be a graphic designer. Go ahead and pay $40, $50 for a custom logo, and your store will look a lot better because of that. Okay, and this is the section where you would go ahead and do that. I see a comment. Simple is a great way to start. Definitely, especially for a lot of beginners, right? You don't want to be overwhelmed by a lot of unnecessary things. Yes, you need a logo. Yes, you want it to look good. But no, you don't need to spend tens of thousands of dollars. You don't need to hire 30 different designers to get it going. Just get a logo up there that looks good. You come right to the header section over here, and you simply click Upload Image. And we're not going to do that here because we obviously don't have a logo. But when you get your logo, you're going to press it here, and that will replace this text up here with your actual logo. Okay. Next over here is the slideshow. You've been seeing these slide kind of back and forth. So what you can do is come over here into the slideshow section. And what I like to do is actually uncheck auto rotate slides. And I actually like to delete these two other slides. I just want to focus on having one really powerful image. It's not going to rotate. It's going to be basically a big banner image on my site. Okay? And the easiest thing to do is to go to a free stock image place. Now, what you're not allowed to do, what you cannot do, is go to Google Images and just type in, animal background. You can't just take images from Google. But you definitely can take them from free stock image places. For example, Unsplash.com is a great place to go. Okay, Unsplash.com, great place to find it. It says free, do whatever you want with these high resolution
you let me
So
know.
we could type in something like animals. We can see what pops up. We could do a couple different, search terms. Just basically see kind of what is out there, and judging by kind of the colors that we had on there, and the idea that this is an animal store. I'm gonna be careful with this. I think it's pretty funny. This little like hog that's like sleeping. But I think there might be some better options on some of the other ones, like specifically ones that match our color scheme, like this little dark one. It's got some brown, it's got some green in it. I think this would be a cool one. I'm going to come over here and come up here and click download, and now we can save this image. Okay. Great. So you can find a bunch of different types of free stock image places. Another one would be pexels.com, P-E-X-E-L-S. And then once you have that image downloaded, right, all you need to do is come back over into your section over here for the slideshow. Okay, and what you're literally going to do is you're simply going to go and upload that big image. Okay, I just got to find this image file here. This is it. Okay. So I'm uploading the image into here, and it's going to replace this big gray image with the image that we found on unsplash.com. So here we go. It's uploading. It's typically a big file, so it could take a couple seconds for it to load. Okay, and there you go. Now we have our image on our animal store. We have this really cool animal image. Really cool also because we're matching our greens in terms of our header and footer and line color. So again, free. We haven't taken our credit card out for anything yet, right? And this store is now about 15 minutes old. And we're really getting there in terms of having a nice customized store, especially once we would add a custom logo. It would really start to look pretty good. So crazy 8 time in the chat box, guys. Give me some 8s in the chat box. If you're totally on the same page here in terms of you are going to have the ability and the confidence to be able to build your own store. And I want you to be feeling like you can totally handle this. And we have a couple more steps to go, but as you can see, really nothing challenging. And I want to see those. Put those 8s in the chat box. Really, put those 8s in the chat box if you are really getting there in terms of your confidence that you're going to be able to get into this business and build your own Shopify store. And I see Debbie with 300,000 crazy 8s, her typical number. Debbie, nice to see you. Alvin with wow, Alvin just posted 6.5 million crazy 8s in the chat box. That's a lot. And George says 8 times all the 8s that have ever been written. That's definitely that's a lot. But Kim says 8888 bajillion. That's an interesting amount. Kim, thank you. So yeah, the point is everyone should be putting 8s in the chat box. I mean, what is technologically challenging so far? There's nothing at all, right? I don't care if you're totally basic and very beginner in terms of computers or internet. You're still going to be able to do stuff like this. Okay, this is just a great business for a majority of reasons, but maybe none more important than in the fact that it's just so easy to get started. I mean, you're seeing that we're building a store right in front of your eyes. Again, this store is only 16 minutes old. Okay, so we're going to save this, and let's continue on here. Roger, appreciate that. Debbie, thanks. Appreciate those compliments, guys. I think I have an interesting coaching style for sure, so I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. So featured collection, this is basically going to show featured products on the homepage. And literally there's a collection that's built into every Shopify store. And by the way, collections are just known as categories. Like you just think of them as categories of your store. There's always going to be a homepage collection. And typically you would place items in the homepage collection if you want them to show up on the homepage. Okay. And how many do you want? Well, you just do some simple math. Let's say you want to have 15 products. You could do 5 products a row times 3. And as you see, there's going to be 15 products on your homepage. Okay. I think between 8 and 20 products is a fair number. Okay. So we're going to go over here. Now, here's an interesting thing that I'll tell you. Okay, talk about your brand. I'm going to tell you 9 out of 10 times, delete this section. Okay. If you don't have something really great to say, okay, and I don't want it to be some cheesy story about how you love dogs, so you're building a dog store. Right? Unless you have something amazing to say, don't put anything in there. I don't think there's any advantage of people thinking that you're a small-time store. Okay? I just don't think that people feel trustworthy about that. Okay. So delete that section. Okay, very clean homepage here. Okay, we have our header, we have our very strong banner image, we have our featured collection based on the number of images. Products that we want, and then we have our footer. Okay, again, very clean, very clean. So a couple more things that we need to one more thing that we need to do is come over here and under checkout. You don't have much control over the checkout page, and this is actually a good thing because checkout is where you need to deal with security and SSL certificates and all that crazy stuff, right? Shopify is going to deal with all of that, but they are still going to give you the option to customize the page. You're going to come over here to the logo section. You're going to click upload, and you're just going to upload that that same logo image that your logo designer would have provided you for the header. Okay, just put that same logo there so people, it's kind of the same as people go through the site. Again, this is all about trust. Don't forget to add the logo here. Okay, and Lou asked, what was the section to delete? I deleted it pretty quickly. It was under here, sections, under featured collection. It was like called about us. You delete that. Okay. Again, only use it unless you have, use it if you have something amazing to say. If not, delete it. Okay. And I'm sorry, we also have the footer over here. There's different sections over here that you can customize as well. Payment icons, always recommend having those on. And that's really all there is to it in terms of theme customization. I mean, we've only been doing this for 18 minutes, right? You see how easy it is. 19 minutes ago, the site didn't even exist. Okay, 19 minutes ago, the site did not even exist. There's a couple more things I want to show you. Number one, come over here to domains. Okay, so if we go and look at our store, right now it's animal-webinar-store.myshopify.com, right? Very ugly, right? Extremely ugly. Just something that isn't very good looking. Not trustworthy at all. You need to have a .com domain, okay? And don't ask me, can I have a .net or a .org or a .info or a .store? No, you can't. Okay? Name me one trustworthy big e-commerce store that doesn't end in .com, and the answer is there are none. Okay, make sure you get a .com no matter what. So you're over here under online store. Next, you go to domains. Next up here, you go to buy new domain. If you already own one, you can click connect existing domain. Click buy new if you don't have one. And again, you have to get a .com. Okay, so let's say you have the most obvious store name. Let's say animals.com. Obviously, you can't get it, right? But you could try something like, or have a cool animalstore.com, right? Or if you wanted to do something like, fuzzy animals, right? .com, but that was taken. Do funny animal shop.com, okay? Or store.com, right? Or fuzzy animal gear.com, or co, or company, or brand, whatever, right? Make sure you get the .com. That's my point. Okay, make sure you get the .com no matter what. Okay, I don't want .net or people don't evoke trust with that. Okay, you definitely want to get .com. Okay. Bart says piratebay.org. Okay, no, I don't. I mean, I don't think that site is exactly trustworthy. Okay, but I guess that is a popular site. But it's hard to even think of popular sites that don't end in .com. So make sure you're getting .com, even if you have to put store or shop or brand in front of it. Okay. One more thing. Over here under preferences, and I bring this up because a lot of people get overwhelmed by this. The Facebook pixel, right? This used to be somewhat technologically challenging to install, but again, Shopify doesn't want there to be want you to have any technological challenges. So I mean, it literally couldn't be any easier in terms of doing this, right? In terms of if you were overwhelmed by installing the Facebook pixel, or if you just have no idea what the Facebook pixel even is, and by the way, it's like the most important thing inside Facebook ads. Okay, but what really happens with this is you're going to be able to install the pixel by copying and pasting. Okay, all you need to do is find where your Facebook pixel is, and it's in the same place that we were using audience insights earlier before. It's inside your ads account. Okay, all you need to do is come up here to the top menu and click pixels. Okay, you come up here to the top right, and you would simply come up here over here and double click this number in the top right. And now this is your ID. This is your pixel ID. So copy this. Okay, you can come back, minimize this, go back to Shopify, and simply paste in the pixel right over here. I mean, it's unbelievably easy. We're done. The pixel is now installed. Okay, and now it's been 23 minutes since this store has been created, and let's take a look at what we have. Okay, 23 minutes ago, the store did not exist. Now we have custom color scheme that resonates with our niche. We have custom typography that we chose out of a huge selection of different cool fonts. We have a logo name. We'd have a logo icon generated by a graphic designer, right? They would provide that file for us. We would upload it there. We have a color scheme top to bottom, right? We have our social media icons integrated. We have our payment icons integrated. We've customized our layout. And smacking our customer right in the face as soon as they get to our store is a massive banner image saying, hey, you like animals, we like animals, you're in the right place. It's time to take your credit card out. Right? And this was only 23 minutes of work, guys. Okay, Crazy 8 time again. Give me Crazy 8s in the chat box if you know 100% positive that you can build a store just like this yourself. I mean, I want to see those 8s. I want to see 8s from everyone. Everyone should be able to build a store exactly like this. Okay, I really should see it. I see 8s from Tony and Roger and Dennis and Bonnie, Kim, TJ, DJ, Chris, Shelly, Chung, Joel, Joseph, Debbie, George, Alvin, Chris, Shante. I mean, that's what I like to see. I mean, tons of 8s. Vicky. It seems like 8s from almost everyone in here. I mean, literally, I showed you all the steps to get this far, right? I mean, literally, everyone here, if you could log into this webinar, then you could build this store, right? Nothing was technologically challenging whatsoever. And again, you have not seen my credit card come out once. They have not asked me for my credit card. I haven't been paying for anything. This store exists right now. Right, sure, you'd have to pay $10 to get a domain, right? But I mean, you always have to pay to get a domain. In terms of the platform and the system, and next I'm going to show you the automation, right? That is literally all set up. And, now it's 24 minutes of work, right? 24 minutes, guys. I don't care if this takes you 5 times as long as it took me, because sure, I've done this a few million times, right? I don't care if it takes longer. Still, the bottom line is you are basically building a huge asset, a potential 6 or 7 figure asset. You're building in a couple of hours. Okay, so that's great. And Jeff Ganij, definitely just mispronouncing your name, but appreciate that. He says very easy and informative. Definitely, I'm glad you think so, and it is very easy, right? Now, I'm not going to say that this business is easy, right? It's hard to find good products and do advertising correctly on Facebook, and that's all the stuff that I teach in the boot camp. But in terms of getting started, this is a very easy business, right? And that's great, very low barrier of entry, right? Not many businesses are like that anymore, right? This business that you've seen me doing this for so far, I haven't taken my credit card out yet. I've spent exactly $0 to build this animal webinar store. Cool. So, Alvin, nice. Alvin says this is like a life-changing event if you really want it, and I can taste it. Yeah, definitely, Alvin. I mean, it's there. Literally, the only thing that is holding you back is not taking action and starting. And obviously, I'd love for you guys to join my boot camp. But even if you don't join the boot camp, I mean, literally, you can go ahead and get your store started tonight. It's really, I think, that straightforward. Really, that type of business where it can be one where you just get started very quickly, and you get your store up and running. So. Let's go back to the agenda now. Take a look at where we're at, and we're a little bit more than halfway through this really agenda kind of thing here. So we talked about niche selection, right? Passion and size over 500,000, and then we talked about and we went through setting up and customizing Shopify. So the next 2 things on the agenda, as you see, right? I'll show you a product research tool, and then I'll show you how to do all of the automation. But really, before I get to that, I want to talk more about the Dropship Bootcamp. And you can see the link is on your screen over here, drop.justinsenior.com. And this is my main coaching program, right? And as you can see, this is live. My cat is literally just walking all over my keyboard, so he's typing on it. So apologies for that. But I'll tell you about I'll get the link back up there in a second. But really, the Dropship Bootcamp. What's inside it? And it's over there at drop.justinsenior.com. You're going to be able to find a huge amount of information all about the dropshipping business, literally everything that you need to succeed in this business. And it's a combination of videos and private mastermind group where I'm literally in there answering all questions at all times. And my cat jumped away. He was not too happy that this webinar is going to take an hour, so he wants to go outside. By the way, I walk my cats on leashes. When I say that it's easy to build a store when you're passionate about something, and I told you in my cat store, that's living proof of it. So really much easier to build a store when you're passionate about something. But anyway, what's inside the Dropship Bootcamp? First of all, it's going to be coaching videos. We're talking about 70 plus hours, about 72 hours of coaching videos, in-depth coaching videos walking you through every facet of the dropshipping business. We're talking about things like niches, what to do after you pick a niche, product research, product sourcing, automated fulfillment, sourcing with AliExpress, sourcing besides AliExpress, email marketing, scaling, and then, of course, huge sections on beginner Facebook ads and advanced Facebook ads. And I'm always updating these videos, adding new videos, constantly adding and updating stuff, which is important because this is an ever-changing, I should say, an ever-changing business, right? Always new things changing with Facebook ads, with Shopify, with great product sources, hot products, etc. Okay, so that's number one. And number 1A is definitely the private mastermind group. Okay, this is a massive asset for you guys. And this is a private members-only group. And in this group, I answer every single question that gets posted. Okay, I very rarely do one-on-one coaching. When I do, it's very expensive, $5,000 to $10,000. Obviously, this is going to be much cheaper than that, and you're going to be able to get all of your questions directly answered by me inside this private mastermind group. And I don't care if it's beginner or super advanced. I'm going to take time, multiple times a week to be in there answering all of the questions that you guys have. And literally, I've been doing that since the start of the program, and the group has really turned into just an amazing community. So that's why I think that and the coaching videos in the group alone are well worth the price of admission. Next up on the list is my scaling strategies, and I could honestly sell these alone for $50,000 maybe once or twice a year, and it would be worth it for whoever really was able to take advantage. These scaling strategies, they're included in the bootcamp members area, right? They could literally single-handedly change your business. I really walk you through exactly how to scale, all the different ways to scale, which is one of the biggest challenges in terms of this business. These rules are the direct difference between $100 days and $1,000 days, $500 days and $5,000 days. And I walk you through again. I literally have step-by-step rules that all you need to do is robotically follow them, and they are working wonders for not only my stores but for all my bootcamp students' stores as well. Next up on the list, you get access to all of my webinar replays. So any webinar that I do, even closely related to e-commerce, you're going to get unlimited replay access to that. And that's really, I very rarely offer replays for some of my other webinars. Sometimes I offer a replay for this one, which I plan on it, but otherwise, most of my webinars do not have replays. I save those for my bootcamp students inside the members area. And last but certainly not least, again, you're getting all of this for one price. Tools, templates, all my ad copy, all my shipping rules, my product descriptions, my ad copy, my ad image templates, my email templates. You get it all. I made it all available for you inside that bootcamp members area. Literally steal it, download it, copy it, do whatever you want. It's totally yours once you become a member. And you're going to get all of that inside the bootcamp over there at drop.justincena.com. One-time payment, $497. Okay, I think it's any of these 5 things that you get inside there: the coaching videos, the private mastermind group, the webinar replays, the scaling strategy, the tools and templates. Any of those would be worth way more than the price of admission. But you're getting all that for one-time payment, $497, lifetime access over there, 10 spots. I only open up 10 spots a week. Again, I'm answering every single question personally. So this is still not open to the public as of this date. You have to be inside the webinar to get in. Drop.justincena.com. And again, $497 one-time payment. So we'd love to see you in there. We can talk more about that at the end if you guys have any questions about the program. But I definitely want to get back to the important stuff and go over into the next steps of the agenda. Okay, and let's see. I also do have just to see this quick question from Joyce. Wants to sign up to both the dropship bootcamp and the t-shirt bootcamp. As of today, I'm still offering $97 upgrade. So basically, if you get into one of the programs, you upgrade into the other for $97. This is a pretty insane offer. As of right now, both bootcamps are $497 individually, t-shirt or dropship. So all you need to do is get into one of them, then you get a little upgrade link inside the members area to get into the other one. So Joyce, I would just suggest getting in there, drop.justincena.com. You want the 10 to get in today, and then I will personally send you that upgrade link as well. Okay, so I'll answer more questions over here. Ron, yes, it is lifetime access. Joyce, you're very welcome. This is definitely lifetime access, including all the updates that are going to come with it. But I really want to get back over here so we can get through this agenda here. I'm going to skip product research, do it at the end real quick, because I want to show you the automation. Okay, and I'm going to cut to the chase. It's all about Oberlo here, right? I mean, I don't own this tool. I definitely use it. That's why I'm promoting it here. It's going to be free to use. All you need to do is just use this link over here, auto.justincena.com, auto.justincena.com. And it's literally, I'm going to show you the 2 huge reasons why you use Oberlo and you want to automate. I mean, I'll tell you about some of the benefits first. The benefits are that you're going to save 20 to 30 hours every single week. So literally going to get important time back. And even if you started outsourcing some of that work, then you're going to get your money back and be able to have your VAs or virtual assistants spend time on other non-automated tasks, right? This automation is going to save a countless amount of hours. And as you start selling more product, it's going to save more and more time. So the 2 main things that Oberlo does, okay, number 1, allows you to import hundreds of dropship products. And again, remember the benefit of dropshipping means we'll never need to touch the product. Import hundreds of dropship products to your store in a matter of minutes. Okay, unbelievably powerful. Okay, that's number one. But that's on the front end, right? That's at the beginning. So you do that, and great, we're going to load our store up with amazing dropship products in a matter of minutes. Awesome, right? This is going to save us hours of time. It would take us so long to go ahead and add, like, to add a product would take you between 10 and 30 minutes, depending on how good you are at adding the product without automation. Okay, with Oberlo, you could add 100 products in about 5 minutes. Okay, it's unbelievably quick. I'll walk you through that. But I think the second benefit of it is way more important. Okay, and this is about the fulfillment of these items. Okay, fulfillment basically means, again, with drop shipping, you're selling someone else's products, and when someone buys it on your store, you need to go and fulfill that order. Fulfilling is the process of actually going and telling the supplier, hey, I got an order for your product. You need to send it to Joe Smith at 123 Main Street in New Jersey. Here's the address, and here's the payment. Doing that manually, think about it. If you had 100 orders a week, or 1,000 orders a week, or even 1,000 orders a day, think about that. This would be completely crushing to your business. You would need to hire people immediately, or you need to literally spend 24 hours a day fulfilling orders. Right, and of course, no one wants to do that. You're going to be able to fulfill orders in one click as well. Okay, and that is the real benefit of this app. You're going to be able to automate at the beginning, getting everything in there, but more importantly, you're going to be able to automate all of the fulfillment for the life of your store. When orders come in, it takes one click to send them automatically and pay for them as well. Pay for them and send them out to your suppliers in one click. Okay, I mean, that's super powerful. So let's just get right into it. Again, if you want to get in on this Oberlo for free deal, use my link right here, auto.justinciner.com. Again, auto.justinciner.com. That's going to get you in to at least 30 days of free Oberlo. And basically, after 30 days, it depends on how many products you're selling. If you're not selling a lot, you'll still be in the free tier. So again, this is a great business opportunity where you're literally going to be able to get started without your credit card anywhere. No money down. Nothing required at all. Okay? So again, auto.justinciner.com, you're going to be able to come over here, get Oberlo now. Click that button. Again, from $0 a month. This is awesome. Press get. And we're now going to install it on our Animal Webinar store. You can go ahead and install it on your own store. And we're going to go ahead and give it permission to install the app. Now I'll bring that off into the other screen and show you this. Where you're going to find your apps are over here. Typically, you're going to come over here to your dashboard, and you click apps. And now, as you see, we already have Oberlo installed. But this is how you'll get to it later on. Okay, the app section, you can visit the App Store over here, look at some other apps, and I show you really all the apps that are worth downloading inside that bootcamp program in the video section. But really, you don't need to overwhelm yourself. There's only a couple of apps that are really very good. Oberlo is one of them for sure. So we'll go into the Oberlo app now. And this is the Oberlo dashboard. Okay, and a couple things you want to know. Obviously, we need to install it to our store. We already did that. Next, we could set up pricing rules. I'm going to skip that. Okay, we don't need to worry about that. Okay, setting up pricing rules will basically do things like automatically, when we add a product from into Oberlo, it would automatically, let's say, 3x the price or automatically 10x the price. We want to set the price ourselves. Okay, and so we're going to skip that. Then we want to install the Oberlo Chrome extension. Actually, you see I've already installed it. Here's the Oberlo logo. It's called the AliExpress.com product importer. This would be unchecked if I hadn't installed this, right? So when you're doing this for the first time, you're going to see a little button that says install in Chrome. Obviously, you need to be using Google Chrome. Okay, and the next step is to find and add your first product. So we're going to come over here and find products. Okay, and literally we're going to be able to search through AliExpress.com right inside the app. But I like to actually just go to AliExpress.com. I'll go ahead and do it myself. I just am comfortable searching through this site. Either way, you can do it no matter what, right? And we're going to be doing animals, right? And just for example, how about we try something like bear jewelry, right? For people that like bears or something, that's definitely a cool animal to kind of focus on. Here's a nice little bear claw, and we can even sort by orders. And I'll show you how to find some hot products in a little bit. But this looks like an interesting product that we could just add and test over here. So I'm going to click on this product, and you actually see that I have this little Oberlo icon added to the screen. This is because I have the Chrome extension added. Okay, you also see it up here. It turned blue. We can click that. Right, we can add to import list. Okay, now this says it for me because I've been logged in and out of so many different stores. You're not going to see that issue because you're probably just going to have one or maybe a couple of stores. But I'm going to come over here. The other way to do it is copy this icon. I'm sorry, copy this URL. Come come over back to Oberlo, click import, paste in the URL, click import. You're going to see real quick it says product is being imported. And what it's doing is taking all the information of this product, all the imagery, all the variants, everything, and moving it into Oberlo. Okay, now we're actually going to be able to go to our import list, and we're going to see that exact product, which it's still importing right now. So you see long way, gifts, multi-layer silver-plated bear pendant. Here's the image, and it's now over here into Oberlo. Now keep in mind, once we bring it to Oberlo, this will not bring it into Shopify. We still have to do more stuff here. Okay, so now that we're at it, we've imported it into Oberlo. Now we need to go ahead and set the name. Okay, so we give it a little name. We can call it like unique bear pendant crystal beads necklace. Go over to description. It's going to pull some information over here. Now, no one really cares about this information, right? They want to know about pendant size and length and stuff like that, so we can keep that in there. But you're going to want to have some type of like, actually description, right? And what you're going to be able to do is just simply copy and paste the high converting examples inside the bootcamp. I give you really nice cut and paste ones. You can just use the ones that I've already built up, the ones that I've proven to work. You can go ahead and grab those. Now, here's the variants, right? As you notice, they have different animals and stuff like that. I just really want the bear. Okay, so I'm going to uncheck all the other ones. I don't care about these other ones. I don't want to bring these into my store. I'm just trying to find some cool bear products right now from my bear animal store, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I'm unchecking all those. Now you see the price, right? This is the actual price that we want to charge. And there's a great video inside the Dropship Bootcamp. One of the most valuable ones is called Price Psychology. It's going to teach you how to price. I'm going to price this one at $14.99. I'm going to remove a compare at price. And now we're going to go to images, okay? And you're going to see there's a couple images that have checkboxes on top. As obviously, we don't care about any of these images. We don't want them to be added to our store. But as we scroll down, we see this one has a checkbox on it, right? And we see this one. We might want to do this one as well. Here's some other good images over here. In fact, I would actually uncheck this one, and I would just bring this one over. No watermark on it. I would definitely bring that one over. And you have to be careful here. You see that these are checked, right? So I'm going to uncheck these. I don't want to bring these over. I don't need this one. I don't want to bring these little ones over. Unchecking those. So going down here, unchecking all these images. It looks like those are now all unchecked. And we can even add this if we want to show another kind of look of it. Okay. There goes my cat in the background again. So now we've customized everything here, product description, variants, images. Last step that we need to do, push to shop, okay? This is actually going to add the product into our Shopify store. It really only takes a matter of seconds here. We're going to be able to have our products automatically added. And when you get really good at this, you're going to be able to run through these, a couple products every minute. So now let's go back to our store and we'll go to products. And here you go. Here's our unique bear pendant crystal beads necklace. Go and see here. Okay, and you can see over here there's no branding whatsoever, so we get to pick and choose whatever images we want. And we're going to come over here, have it selected for the homepage collection, which means now this site that is now only, about 40 minutes old, now has its first product available to be purchased. Okay, first product here, you got $19.99. Here you go. Go ahead and we can even add it to cart right now. Again, payments are already set up right out of the box. People could literally buy this product right now, right? They could literally buy this product right now. Again, we're at about 40 minutes of this site existing. We already have an awesome product in there. Okay, really awesome product. Again, crazy 8 time in the chat box. Now that you've seen how to the automated way to add products, give me some crazy 8s in the chat box. If you're still confident, knowing that you're going to be able to crush this business, build your own store, and add some really cool products into your own store. Let me see those 8s. And I see Dennis, and I see Joyce again, and Joseph, and Andrew, and Roger, and Ron. Thank you guys. And Debbie with 500,000 crazy 8s. There you go. That's a new record for Debbie, so I appreciate that. That's but literally, I mean, you see how easy it is, guys, right? I'm not like there's nothing that's being held back here. I have a store that we've been building, and now I've added a product, right? And we have blue text over here and blue buttons because blue converts best. And why is it blue? Because we set it to be blue, right? We did it ourselves, right? Because we walked through the theme customization in about 18 minutes. We customized all the colors and layout and everything on our site. So we have full control over things on Shopify, and that's really powerful. Okay. And Alvin, that's definitely true. Upselling as well would be a great thing to add. And I go over all those techniques inside that dropship bootcamp in terms of how to upsell, cross-sell, increase your average order value, all that great stuff. Vicky says, wow, 888 infinite. That's a lot. That's definitely a lot. Matt Mason says, is it better to start in a funnel program? I don't really think so. I mean, those funnel programs have a lot of issues, right? You know Shopify is going to work without any of those hacks. So I wouldn't be worried about any of those whatsoever. A lot of bugs, from what I've heard, poor support. So I don't know. So this is adding a product, right? As you see, you can get into the flow of things, really be able to do it in there. And yes, Oberlo is free for at least 30 days. After 30 days, you get put into a pricing tier, and it depends on how much you sell. If you're still getting started, they don't charge you anything. They really want you to start selling product, right? So it's a great company, but you'll, especially if you're in the boot camp, by 30 days you'll definitely be selling enough to justify the cost. And per month it's anywhere between like $4 and $40, so very fair pricing. So let me go back over to the dashboard because I want to show you the other benefit here about how to fulfill products in one click. And obviously this is a brand new store, so I can't actually do that, but I will show you this little video. I'll kind of annotate this video as they're going through. And the first thing that he's going to go to is the orders section over here. This is the orders page in the Oberlo app, and it's going to actually show you all the orders that come through. Any order that has a product that was added through Oberlo will be sent to this order section of the Oberlo app. Okay, and you're going to see that there's an orange button here, order product. Okay, and when he goes and presses order product, okay, you see he presses order product, it's going to bring him automatically to that product on AliExpress. Okay, now I want you to pay attention right over here. Here's his mouse, this black icon over here, this black cursor. Okay, here's his mouse. Okay, watch and pay attention to what happens. Things are happening. The mouse is not moving. All the stuff is moving on the site. Like literally things are going automatically. What's happening is, and you see this little note over here, this is the Chrome extension doing all the work. The Chrome extension, his mouse still isn't moving, is doing all the work. It's actually taking the customer information from Shopify and it's automatically adding it into the information here. This was the type of stuff that you'd have to do manually by hand for every single order, right? This is doing it automatically again. His mouse has still not moved. Go ahead. We'll step through this video. Keep going, right? Mouse is still not moved. Everything is now set up. The last thing that he needs to do, this is all going to happen automatically. The last thing that he needs to do is click confirm and pay. Okay, that's the first time that his mouse moves. He presses confirm and pay, and then it's going to bring him to the payment screen. And actually, the much easier thing to do is have a credit card on file, right? Which you could do in your settings. Have your credit card on file, and then you're just good to go. Okay, super, super easy, guys. That's all you need to do. You literally click the mouse one time, and you have your products fulfilled. Okay, and this would show up over here in the orders section. Obviously, we don't have any orders right now. Okay, super easy. All these support videos are inside over here. And I see Todd asked, do you go in depth about niche selection for stores? Yeah, I think it's a 4-video section about inside that niche section, talking about how to pick a niche, what to do after you pick a niche, etc., etc. So, and that's actually the first section in the boot camp because you need to pick a niche before you do anything else. So, important there. Cool. Let's see. What other things? Looking through. Great. So now in terms of the other thing on the agenda, oh, there you go. See what's happening there. So we got another issue, but it's okay. So we're gonna come over here, and I'll just tell you real briefly about this product research tool. It is a paid tool, right? So it's not at all something that's a requirement. It's something I use, and it's called the Shopify tool or the intelligence tool. And basically what it does is, and you see the link over here, shopify.justinsenior.com. We can check that out over here. And it's basically just a product research tool. What it's going to do is go through all of the Shopify stores that are out there, and it's going to search based on keyword, and it's going to pretty much show you the top selling products for every store. So that's pretty cool. You can watch my review over here. It's Shopify, shopyspy.justinsenior.com. You see the little review. Nice little tool. It's about $197. They give you a little bonus software with it as well. It's a nice thing to think about. Definitely not at all required, but a nice kind of way to do winning product research much, more efficiently than you would the the old-fashioned ways. The old-fashioned ways would be doing kind of just going through Google and trying to figure out exactly full products and AliExpress and eBay and watch count and all that kind of stuff. But really, Shopify has been a very powerful tool over there. So if you want to learn more about it, check out that link on your screen, shopify.justinsenior.com. But otherwise, guys, this is the entire training. lot of people that got in today. Congrats on getting in. Definitely going to see you in the private group. I know you're going to really love the program. So I'm down to stick around for a couple more minutes. I'll do some opening question and answer. So open Q&A about any topic you want: cats, e-commerce, Facebook ads, T-shirts, whatever you want. Down to answer any of these questions. One comment says, this stuff clicked for me better than the school system. Yeah, I think this is way more practical than anything that you learn in school, right? This is actually something you can go ahead and start to change your life with immediately, right? It's not a concept or anything like that. It's hard step-by-step tutorials and training videos in that bootcamp that literally you can apply that same day, that same hour, and really start growing your 6- and 7-figure assets with your Shopify store. So pretty damn cool. So let me take some questions here. Do you recommend private labeling your products? I don't think it's anything to worry about until you're in the 6- and 7-figure range, right? I mean, take advantage of the idea of drop shipping. You don't need to have private labeled stuff. You don't need to go OEM. You don't need to have your own brand on it. All cool things, but not at all necessary. Okay. Focus on finding the right product to customer match. Focus on scaling winning products. Focus on reaching milestones and stuff like that. You could do OEM and private label once you build a brand. Okay. Not something to focus on. In my opinion, I think it's a little bit of a time drain to focus your energy on that at this point, because no one cares about your brand when you get started anyway, right? So that's another big reason why you want to pick a passion-based niche. People will buy based on passion regardless of the brand. Let's see. What is the VIP program? So the VIP Academy, Ron, it's something pretty new. I've only been inviting some people into it. There's about 70 members in it. It's a monthly program, so it's two separate portions. There's a live portion and like a video call portion. So the live portion, it's a monthly master class, okay? And so it's basically a 1 or 2 hour master class live every month on a new and trending topic. For example, last month was manual bidding on Facebook, how to master manual bidding with your ads, and more specifically, how to use manual bidding and when to use it. There's also a private coaching group for unlimited question and answer. This is a separate question and answer group outside of the specific bootcamp groups. This is one that is much bigger in terms of just anything entrepreneurial, any entrepreneurial ventures, startup, other businesses, basically a much bigger picture. Is my goal for this VIP Academy. There's also a members area with video vault, with the past master classes, selected trainings, a targeting library with I think right now there's 60 something niches where I've already done the targeting, and you can just go ahead and look into that. So it's a great program. It's a little bit more of for intermediate and advanced, as opposed to bootcamp, where it's really an all-inclusive beginner, intermediate, and advanced. That VIP program is really something that you want to join when you want to kind of expand your horizons into some other things and really get direct access to me for that unlimited question and answer. Right now, it's $67 a month. I'm not sure how long I'm going to keep it at that price, but that's where I'm pricing it, at least for the first 100 members. So that's the VIP Academy. Would be happy to talk more about that if you want to message me on Facebook. But yeah, it's great. And Alvin says, like a monthly mentor, it's really like a daily mentor, because I'm in there multiple times per day. I'm answering every single question that gets posted. So it's really just kind of like a group-based one-on-one coaching, right? And for $67 a month, it's an unbelievable value for sure. Like I said, I have about 80 or 60, somewhere between 60 and 80 people I think are in that group right now. So it's going pretty well. Let's see. We'll take a couple more questions, and then we'll run. Guys, I see 8 people joined the bootcamp over here. That's awesome. Congrats on getting in. I really do limit the spots, so only 2 more spots available for at least today's webinar. So if you're on the fence, I'd love to see you get into that dropship bootcamp. Again, you see the link on your screen right now, that drop.justinsenior.com. So a couple more questions. Can multiple products interfere with each other when they're in different campaigns? I think you're potentially talking about with each other in terms of multiple campaigns. Typically what happens is I'm only going to launch one product per week to each targeting selection. So that's a big reason why my targeting style, the way that I teach inside the bootcamp, is very conducive to having very massive stores, because you can really only safely launch as many products as you have different ways to target. And I show you how to really create 5, 10, 15 different ways to target big audiences, and that's very powerful. And Vicky Clark says, I'm in the VIP Academy. I love the group. Gives you the chance to ask any questions you have. Vicky, that's exactly kind of what I envisioned of starting that VIP program, so I'm glad that you really are enjoying it. Lynn, check it out. It's drop.justinsenior.com for the dropship bootcamp. Just a one-time payment. Let's see. For some other questions. How important is the name of your store? I think it's pretty important. I think a couple of things. First of all, you want to do anything to be remarkable. So if you have a really good or funny store name, I think that's good. Another big thing that you would want to do is have a store name that evokes trust, right? So, either being remarkable or very trustworthy, I think are very good ways to kind of go ahead and figure out your store. Okay. Chung says, when signing up for Shopify, do you recommend $29 or $79 a month? First of all, make sure that you use my discount link over here, shopify.justinsenior.com. It's going to give you 10% off of your Shopify stores for the life of your store, right? So you can start with the $29 a month plan. I promise you, within a couple days, you'll upgrade to the $79 a month plan. That's the plan that's got all of the great features. Mostly, it's got the in-depth reporting. And as crazy as it sounds, there's very poor reporting with the basic Shopify. So go with the $79 a month plan after you use my discount, shopify.justinsenior.com, to get my private discount link. It's going to come out to only about $71 a month because you're going to get 10% off that monthly fee. So feel free to start with the cheaper one, but I promise you, you're going to want those reports pretty quickly. If you start a niche and there's no sales, but you wasted the store setup and domain, yeah, that's correct. You wouldn't waste the store setup because you would just rebrand, but you likely want to get a domain. But it's, as you saw today, it took me 18 minutes to customize a new store, right? If you don't hit on your first niche, then what do? You go to the next niche. This is exactly what I teach in the dropship bootcamp, right? You have to test, and I show you exactly how to test, how many things you should test, specific testing setups and guidelines. But if you don't hit your testing metrics, if you don't hit your milestones, then you just go to another store, right? Very easy. And again, it's 18 minutes of work. And let's just call it maybe an hour or two of work for a beginner, right? Very easy to move stores if you don't hit your first niche. Okay. So I'm going to take one more question, guys, but I really just want to wrap it up with some crazy eight. So if you enjoyed this webinar today, if I held your attention for this about hour and 20 minutes, and really more importantly, if you're kind of pumped up to get into this automated dropshipping business with Shopify, let me see those eights in the chat box. One more big round of crazy eights. Let me see them now, and really appreciate kind of you guys being so engaged and really just kind of constantly paying attention. Definitely is a lot better to do a presentation like this with all the engagement and stuff like that. So Debbie, another new record like that, 600,000. Best eights, crazy eights everywhere. Joseph, Alvin, Roger, Chung, Joel, Vicky, Debbie, Lynn. The list goes on. It's just the chat box is moving so quickly. Some of the eights. George with his crazy numbers. 8 times the number of subatomic particles in the universe. That's a lot of crazy eights. So there you go. We're going to wrap this up with this last question. This is actually a great question as well. With Chinese New Year coming up, the holiday in China, what do we do with the dropshipping store? If you don't know about the Chinese New Year, it's basically there's a set of days in China where literally everything shuts down. So obviously that puts a little bit of delay in your shipments. What I found is the best answer is talk to your suppliers specifically. Some of them are only going to be gone for a couple days. Some of them are going to be gone for a couple weeks. So go ahead and ask those questions now before they leave. You have at least a week before most of them are going to leave, right? I found that most of mine will be gone between the 25th and the 7th, right? So, or I'm sorry, the 27th and the 5th, okay? So that's about a week. So not so bad, really not so bad. So it's they've really understood that this is a big business drop for them as well. So you definitely want to go ahead and do it. Okay. So guys, really appreciate all the crazy eights today. I really appreciate you guys spending some time on this webinar today. Again, I really hope that you enjoyed kind of what you saw in this great webinar, in this great business that is dropshipping with Shopify. So again, I really appreciate you guys spending some time here today. Hope you learned a lot, and I really hope you take what you learned today, even if you don't join the bootcamp over here at drop.justinsenior.com, whether you do or whether you don't, take what you learned today, build your stores, and get into this great business, guys. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you real soon.